Hello. Is anybody here? I don't know. How do I even share this? Share. Let's go. Okay, we're rolling. Is anybody here? I don't know. Probably not. Be really quiet because everybody's asleep. Okay. I'm gonna share this. Where am I gonna share this? Twitter. That seems like a good place to share it. Let's go on Twitter. I'm going to be very downplaying this guy. I'm downplaying it. Oh, hey, Time and Chance. I like you. You are here. Yeah, I'm going to be really chill in this video, guys, because everyone's asleep. But frankly, I thought this might be a good time to do it because if you are up, it means you've got some fucking time on your hands and you have 10 minutes to help me fill out this form. Hey, Emily. Okay, so I'm just going to share this on Twitter. Let's see if it works. Gives a sec, mate. Gives a sec. Oh, fucking hell. I've used too many fucking letter things, haven't I? What are those things? Characters. Oh, okay, I've tweeted out on Twitter. Okay, done. Okay. Why we are here, guys. We've got 22 people here. That's cool. Okay. Why we are here, guys, is because there is a thing called the Gender Recognition Act, and it is due, well, the homework is due on the 19th of October. Now, I've attempted to fill out this form twice already, and it seems like it's pretty fucking hard. And sometimes when things are really hard, they're just not worth doing. And sometimes when things are really hard, that means they're the most fucking worth doing in the whole world. And if people are making it hard, there's some people that might not want us to do it. And they're the people we want to prove wrong. So the Gender Recognition Act, I'm going to post some links in the chat so you can read all about it. I'm going to post a very helpful Stonewall article. There it is. I'm going to post a very helpful Pool article, which I'll be using to fill out the form. There it is. And if you would like to open your pages, open your books at page 28. This is here. But basically, in 2004, the Gender Recognition Act was passed, and at the time it was quite revolutionary, but now it really needs updating. However, there are a lot of TERFs out there that don't think so, and you better fucking bet they will be filling out this long-ass form. They've got a lot of time on their hands. I wanted to do this live stream because I know that it's complicated because I've tried it twice before, but now I've got a lot more resources. I've read a bit about it, and if you would like to, what am I doing up at midnight? Good question. I'm doing this form. I'm very hyperactive as a person. I don't sleep very much. I know, fucking TERFs, Erin, fucking TERFs. Anyway, so we won't go into this now because I feel like if you're here, you probably do want to fill out the act. The act, actually, I'm going to read it from the government website so that I'm saying it right. I want to read it from Stonewall. The Gender Recognition Act of 2004 governs how trans people can have their identity legally recognised. This was groundbreaking at the time and now is seriously out of date and needs reform. At the moment, trans people can't self-identify or self-define themselves legally. They have to prove it by going through a very long, stressful medical and psychological tests, and it's like it just sounds like an utter nightmare. My opinion on it is that I completely 100% support it as a cis woman who's never had any issues with their gender identity. But I realise that because of my cisness and because I can move through the world in a really easy way, this doesn't feel that urgent to me in some ways, and it really fucking should. So I think it's easy for a lot of us to miss this thing, mainly because it hasn't had that much advertising around it for various different kinds of agendas, and because it doesn't feel like it affects you. But I think it's really fucking important. I'm not going to do some kind of basic introduction to it because people who are trans can do much better stuff to it. So I really recommend that you read all the articles around in it at the moment that are written by trans people. Can I do this from Ireland? If you're in Northern Ireland, you can. If you're in the Republic of Ireland, it's a UK government thing. So I don't think you can. But thank you for your support. Erin's like, my Twitter is so gay. How did I miss this? I know, they're literally fucking hiding it from us. Anyway, the deadline is the 19th of October, so please pass on the message. But yeah, what, like, not only is my like formed opinion that I completely support trans people in whatever way they would like to identify, and I don't think that they should be harassed or made to prove anything to the other people that aren't experiencing it. But on a wider level, I believe that gender identification is a personal issue and not a political one. And in the same way that I was talking about with the Cosmopolitan article about, I didn't go into the science behind obesity. I was just like, I think it's a fucking private matter. I feel the same about this. I feel like it shouldn't be a political issue, it's a personal one. And unfortunately, so that I can keep my nose out of other people's gender identity, I have to kind of put my nose in other people's gender identity by filling out this fucking form, because that's just the way the world is apparently at the moment. And some people are asking Q&As about how I feel about the stuff. I'm not gonna go into that right now. I feel like if most people here, they want to fill it out. But I will say in a summary that helps, that I was thinking about on the bus home, that has helped me kind of vocalize it more. It's just, I feel like there's a lot of women sitting in the metaphorical and physical, but metaphorical women's toilets, fucking terrified of what is on the outside. And they think that they are hiding from men. And they think this act is going to make men come into the toilets and somehow kill them all. And I feel like this is a very basic analogy. I'm sorry if I'm wrong about this. This is my ridiculous. But I feel like they think they're hiding in the toilets, the metaphorical women's toilets, from men, but they're actually hiding from the patriarchy, which is a very different thing. And all the other people that need to also be protected from the patriarchy aren't being let in to the toilets. Do you get? Is this a bad metaphor? Anyway, I don't. To answer your question, I don't worry about sex-based protections being erased. Trans people move through these spaces anyway, and they haven't fucking caused that much of a fucking din at the moment. So I don't. Anyway, I don't worry about that. You like the toilets as a metaphor? I'm just reading the comments now rather than actually filling out the form. Procrastination, homework, life. Yeah, I agree. Somebody whose username is she, literally. Before you think I'm assuming somebody's gender identity, their username is she. It says, I had to save where I was when I was filling it out. It took so long to understand. I can't believe they need spousal approval. I know, don't even. Right, okay, let's go on to the form. So I'm going to post the link here again. For obvious reasons, I'm not going to show it on screen. One, because I'm not technically minded, and two, because I'll probably accidentally reveal my address or something horrific like that. So I'm on the first page. There are 25 pages in all, but I'm sure it won't take that long. It's only 6 minutes past midnight. So let's put a timer on that. Let's see if I can do it in 20 minutes. A lot of people say it takes 10 minutes with the Stonewall guide. I'm going to give myself 20 because I'm an idiot. Anyway, any sort of swearing in this is so inappropriate. I hope you guys are good. Just checking on Twitter to see that it's been shared out. Yeah. Hopefully this will serve as like something useful later, maybe, for people. But if you're watching live, I hope you'll agree that if you're up like I am, you haven't got anything fucking better to do. And even if you did, this is the most important thing. People are already freaking out, like, I'm filling out the form, oh my god. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so the first page is your individual information, details about you, name, got it. I am responding as individual, checked that. I've put my organisation, which just puts my name because I don't really understand what I was putting, my number, my address, and my email address. So that's cool. Page 2, let's go. I'm going to post this link to this article on the pool as well, because it guides you through the questions. How do I stay better informed about things? I don't know, Lan. It's a long road, but I did read The Gender Gains by Gina Dawson, and it was really, really good, really impressive. And also Paris Lees is really good on Twitter. There's lots of trans people who talk on Twitter about it, and they've really educated me. Okay, so I've just posted the article. A few of you have already done it, so that's cool. Maybe you guys can help us. So according to this pool article, we can skip questions 1 and 2, because actually there was a lot of interesting information. I have read some of this about how many people in the UK they estimate are trans or gender non-conforming and how it affects them. And they even say in the copy that being transgender isn't a mental illness, which is a good thing for them to recognise as part of the premise, rather than that being one of the things they're asking us. Hopefully we can carry on with the same kind of sense. So anyway, moving on to the next page. Continue. Let's go. Who's with me? I don't know. Am I delirious? What time is it? Okay, questions 1 and 2, experiences of trans respondents. Not us. I hope somebody's getting ASMR from this. That's not us. Well, it's not me. That's not us. That's very rude of me. When I say us, I mean the royal us, as in just me. Questions 1 and 2, we can skip. So I'm going over that. I always think it's really important for people who are cis to fill this out, because at the end of the day, the two groups that I envision filling this out, apart from cis people, are trans people who actually experience it and people who fucking hate trans people. And that is not going to be a great cross-section for the government to go off when they're thinking about. Anyway, so fill it out, man. Okay, questions 3 and 4, medical reports. At the moment, they need to provide medical reports, evidence of gender dysmorphia and or treatment. They need to collect documentation, etc., etc. So the question is, do you think there should be a requirement in future for a diagnosis of gender dysphoria? No. Explain the reasons for this answer. I mean, mainly because being trans isn't a mental illness. Okay, I'm going to compose an answer very fast. Let's see how I do. I hope you guys are following along. So I'm on question 3, by the way. Okay. Hey, time's up, kids. I wrote to the question, do you think there should be a requirement in future for the diagnosis of gender dysphoria? I said no. And my response was no, because research shows that being trans isn't a mental illness, and a diagnosis or a failure to diagnose is too fraught with bias and an unfair determination on whether someone is owed the recognition of their own identity. Number 4, do you also think there should be a requirement for a report detailing treatment received? So that's asking if we should medicalise being trans. There are some weird things going on in the comments. Sorry. Oh, hello, bloody. Anyway, it's fine. It's just the The straight white men are here. Okay. Number 4. I need to pick up my pace if I'm going to beat my thing on this. Okay. So basically, they're asking, should we like medicalize the diagnosis of being trans with a report detailing treatment received? My answer is it's a no from me, Simon. And I'm going to say no. It would seem to me that treatments vary in their theoretical soundness. Is soundness a word? In their sound, it would seem to me that treatments vary in their theoretical soundness, and we should demedicalize trans identities as it is invasive, logically unsound, and strips people of their rights. So I've said, no, it seems to me that treatments vary in their theoretical soundness, and we should demedicalize trans identities as it is invasive, logically unsound, and strips people of their rights. Continue, let's go. Feel free to post what you've said in the comments below. I would love everyone's to be very different. That's why I'm not like tweeting mine, but it's kind of like filling in a GCSE thing, isn't it? It's just like, should you, yes or no, expand, please. Number 5. Number 5, do you agree with an applicant that an applicant should have to provide evidence that they have lived in their acquired gender for a period of time before applying? No, I don't think that. No, because I'm going to type it and then I'll tell you what that said. I'll report back. Type, guys. Why are you looking at me? Type. Okay, to question 5A. Do you agree that an applicant should have to provide evidence that they have lived in their acquired gender for a period of time before applying? I have said no. No, because it puts people at risk to ask them to live without their legal rights that pertain to their gender, and the concept of a test can be skewed. Also, a weight on I've typed that wrong. Also awake on being allowed to realise a decision that could negatively affect their mental health if denied could cause serious emotional trauma. B, if you answered yes to A, I didn't. They're asking if the current evidence options are appropriate or they could be amended, which is very thorough of them to ask, to be fair, but I'm not going to answer that because I said no. D, what am I on? C? If you answered yes, no, I answered no, so that's fine. D, if you answered no to A, should there be a period of reflection between making the application and being awarded a gender recognition certificate? I don't know, like, there's all these other that's a bit weird. What have the pool said? The pool said, no, this will add time and complication to a process. The government is supposed to be streamlining. It perpetuates the myth that trans people do not know their own minds and what's best for them. Absolutely. Yeah, they put it even better than me. Even better than me, surprising, seeing as I know fucking nothing. Oh God, we have some trolls in the comments. That's fine. It's good to open things up, isn't it? It's nice that we're all here together. Oh dear. Anyway, sorry to anyone in the comments who's having what is happening. Anyway, do you know what, guys? I'm going to just delete your comments, not because I hate you, but because I wouldn't let you say that in my living room, so I'm not going to let you say it in my chat. Just because we're not here to debate the validity of trans people. We're here to talk about how to fill out a form supporting trans people. So that's why I'm deleting your comments, because we're trying to have a productive conversation. Sorry. Right, okay. Anyway, I hope... Oh, God. I hope that everybody has more healthy discussion in the comments. If you are here, please feel free to bye, Felicia. Feel free to fill the comments with nice things to drown those people out. And but I am... Thanks. Nathan James says trans people are very valid. I agree, Nathan. But I will just be deleting people who say shit about trans people in the comments, because like I said, you can say it on your own channel, but you're not saying it on mine. Anyway, where were we, guys? Oh God, we've been going for 16 minutes already, but if you guys feel this out on your own, you won't do as much as I have. So D, do I think there should be a reflection time? No, because a reflection time seems patronising, not to those are false. I've said with my angry bashing, I can't keep this up with the long answers because we're only on fucking, what are we on? Jesus Christ. We're on question 5. But I've said to the question, if you answered no to A, you should there be a period of reflection between making the application and being awarded a gender recognition certificate? And I said no, because a reflection time seems patronising, not to pose a false equivalence, but we wouldn't ask this of someone wishing to change another aspect of their identity or future. We don't do this for marriage, or not for long. We don't do this for abortion. We don't do this for changing a name or buying a house or any other personal choice that isn't the government's concern or business. When we give people privacy and trust for them, for these more trivial decisions, when it comes to something as important as trans recognition, why are we taking away their rights to declare themselves as the gender they already are? Next question. Next question from the jury. How are we doing in the comments, guys? Okay, I think we're all getting on okay now. That's good. Some people have. Oh, lovely, Michael. Michael says, I have a reputation for being stinky. Get some deodorant, you third world turd person. So we're just going to hide that comment. Carry on, guys. Oh, Rowan's helping in the comments. Rep. Cheers, Rowan. Oh, Michael, that wasn't a me. Okay, that was cool. I don't know who that was at, Michael, but it's very rude. Let's be polite. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? What are we on? Question 6. Do you think this requirement should be retained regardless of what other changes are made to the gender recognition system? This is worded very strangely. Do you think this requirement, what requirement? Oh, right. Currently, applicants for gender recognition certificate must make a statutory declaration as part of the process. Do you think this requirement should be retained regardless of what other changes are made to the recognition system? So like it would just be a simple thing rather than the big test? This is so unclear. Wait, I'm just going to read a little bit more. But I mean, that's the point there, isn't it? They want to make that. I feel that's worded like you'd want to say no, even though the answer is yes. Well, my answer is yes. Your answer can be whatever you want it to be. So yes, I think this is a simple process from my understanding and is similar to other legally binding statutory declarations. So I said, yes, I think it's a simple process from my understanding and it's similar to other legal binding declarations. B, if you answered yes to A, do you think the statutory declaration should state that the application intends to live permanently in the required gender till death? I mean, we don't ask that at fucking marriage, not that we have to pertain it to marriage, but do you know what I mean? And like other things that governments get involved into with your legal identity. No, it's important. The pool saying no, although it's important that people intend their gender is permanent and it's necessary to include this clause, making a fraudulent application is already illegal and people seeking origin decision. Okay, cool. So I think people should be able to pull it back if it's the right thing for them. That's why, anyway, okay. So B is a no from me. I think that the death thing is a bit. So C, if you answered no to A, I answered yes to A. So that's fine. Okay, we're going there. Oh my God, what's happening? Okay. Come on, internet, I believe in you. We're still live, which is amazing because my internet's so shit. Is Michael causing more problems in the comments? I'm not even found that bigotry. Oh, Michael, you can't call Andy it. That's well, you can, but it's because it's not offensive. But what is happening? I'm just gonna. I don't know what's happening. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but you guys are actually taking them down. That's cool. Cool. Anyway, let's continue. I hope you guys are filling this out instead of just replying to the trolls, because it's the form that needs to be filled out. The government, question 7, the government is keen to understand more about the spousal consent provisions for married persons in the Gender Recognition Act. Do you agree with these provisions? So the provisions are that we consider the requirement that married trans applicants must have the consent of their spouse in order to make a successful application. As I said before, I'm shocked by that the first time I heard it, and I'm shocked the second time. Just hearing it is like, what the fuck? So anyway, that is a no from me. No, this leaves the door open to marital abuse, control, and possible manipulation. This decision should be one made independently with the applicant's full agency and what's another agency and dignity. I said, no, this leaves the door open to marital abuse, control, and possible manipulation. This decision should be one made independently with the applicant's full agency and dignity, because I think it would be really undignified if that was the case. No. Okay, number 8. Do you think the fee should be removed from the process of applying for legal gender recognition? Yes. Why should people have to pay for that? B, if you answer no to A, do you think the fee should be reduced? Well, I answered yes, so that's fine. C, what are the financial costs of trans individuals face when applying for, and what are the impact of these costs? There's lots of legal stuff, isn't there? I was reading about it earlier. I said, I think my understanding, access is restricted on a class riches basis due to a myriad of costs. I've actually forgotten you guys are there, even though I feel like they're here with me. It's feeling quite natural. Maybe I should live stream more. I feel like you're here in the room. Well, maybe not all of you. Some of you I'm quite glad I'm in the room, judging from this chat. Oh my god. Okay, how do I... Okay, I'm hiding you. Sorry, I didn't realise I could hide people. I'm new to this thing. Guys, Michael is gone. He's relegated. Mainly because he told us all to go to church, and we know that is a bugbear of mine in particular. Nathan's like, Michael, go to bed. It's okay. Michael's gone from our lives now, guys. He had many chances. Anyway, please due to me. And because I don't really know the costs of what I could be, because they're asking, C is asking, what kind of costs are they then that makes it so expensive? I'm like, all right, calm down, form. So I've just said, from my understanding, access is restricted on a class and riches basis due to a myriad of costs. I would like my tax money to go towards paying for any costs incurred, although I would ask a trans expert on what costs that might be. Next question. I hope you're all enjoying filling out your forms. Oh my God, why are these people? Go away. Sorry, you're gone. God, it's like swatting flies in here, doesn't it? Like I said, we can have that decision another time. I mean, we can have that debate another time. I mean, some people won't have time for you, but other people will. Not right now, at the moment. We are people who would like to fill in this act, trying to fill it out. Okay, next question. Number 9. Okay, we're cooking on gas. Do you think the privacy and disclosure of information provisions in section 22 of the recognition are adequate? How is somebody supposed to fill this out? This is so, okay. Section 22 of the GRA is intended to protect the privacy of people who have a GRC or have applied for one. Obviously, that would be amazing. Do you think the privacy and disclosure information in section 22 are adequate? I'm just reading all the information on it. Well, I'm skim reading it because I'm pretty sure I just want them to have as much privacy as possible. Okay, according to this pool article and some of the Stonewall information, it's not adequate. So I would like it to be as private as possible, and I'm going to express so much in this section 9. Do you think the privacy and disclosure information provisions in section 22 of the Gender Act are adequate? No. The increase in discretion and privacy for individuals, as I understand that many trans applicants find it inadequate. See, again, this is a hard form to fill out, and really, because if your opinion is it's none of my business, and please ask the trans people what they need, stop asking the cis people, then some of these questions, like, you wouldn't naturally know that much about it. So it's hard to answer in a way that's kind of like, I just want you to ask them what they need and believe them. But I think we're getting through it. Okay. Question 10 and 11, impact of legal gender recognition process. The Act sets out what characteristics are protected by law. Okay, it's just listing all the ways that your characteristics are protected by law. So sex, race, sexual orientation. If you're someone who has, so question 10 is if you are someone who either has or would want to undergo legal gender transition. So that's not me. So I don't think I need to fill this one. Oh yeah, no, I don't need to fill that one out. Although that was very informative. I didn't know all of that and may go back and read about it later. I knew about the Equality Act, but I didn't realise all those things were covered in it. So that's very nice, very nice. So skip 10. Because I'm not currently applying for one, and I don't envision myself applying for one, so we can skip 10 and 11. So we don't want to reform the Equality Act. Guys, I'm just going to leave some feedback now. It is complicated, but I'm glad I'm doing it. We're halfway through. Let's keep going. Okay. Kicking on gas. Who's here? Anybody living the dream? It's not a very accessible questionnaire. I do think it's important we fill it in to the best of our ability. And I've left those. If you scroll to the top, you'll see the links that I've left, and I'll put them in the description of this video when it goes live for you to watch later. And they are really helpful. And I've read the pool article a few times before I went live, so that was very helpful. But yeah, it's not a very accessible questionnaire, Sophie. I completely agree. It's using a lot of, I think it's trying to not catch you out, but it's trying to be like, what do you think? And I'm like, well, I'm not a professional. I'm just saying that these are the principles. Anyway, do you think that participation of trans people in sport as governed by the Equality Act of 2010 will be affected by the change in the Gender Recognition Act? Again, it's no, but like I'm not an expert, so I can't completely express why. The pool's answer is very good. I think I'm going to tweak that, because the pool says, no, the government has been very clear on the proposals are aimed at reforming the Gender Recognition Act of 2014 and not the Equality Act. Okay, so I've put the government are supposed to be reforming the Gender Recognition Act and not the Equality Act. I would trust impartial experts on the sports field, quite literally, as this isn't my area of expertise. The point stands, though. I do not think it will. Okay. There's a few Americans here. That's cool. Watch me fill out. Oh my god, I'm going to live stream for 44 minutes. This is not. Ooh. It's okay, guys. We're still doing it. It's fine. Okay. Question 13a. Do you think that the operation of the single sex and separate sex service, why there's so many S's in this, explanations in relation to gender recognition, will be affected by changing the Gender Recognition Act? It's getting more and more complicated, guys, and I've got a master's degree. Yeah, the pool make a good point. They've already said at the beginning that they're not proposing any amends to the Equality Act, and then all these questions are just aimed at that. So I'm just going to be like, no to everyone, and then just quote them, which at the beginning of their thing, they're like, we are not proposing any amends to the Equality Act 2010. So this question is, do you think that the operation of single sex will be affected? No, I don't, because you just said that it wouldn't. If you provide a single or separate sex service, do you feel confident? What? This proper feels like it's trying to catch you out. It's like it asks you the question one way and then another, and it's super weird. Erin says 10 minutes, my ass. Yeah, no, it's not. It's good that you're saving it safe. I'm going to keep going, but yeah, it is longer. I've been told this, so I got told that the Stonewall one was 10 minutes, but then I've also got told by other sources that it doesn't give you all the questions in the Stonewall one. So perhaps that means they're not all vital ones, but I just wanted to be thorough. That's really wanted to be thorough. Okay. Okay. No. Then experience mostly about, are you able to access support? No, I'm not. Yes, to see was it adequate support? Okay, that's not for me. Okay, question 14. I'm just going to check Twitter because I've got an alarming amount of notifications. Just check nothing's blowing off. Okay, it's fine. Do you think the operation of the occupational requirements exception in relation to gender reassignment and the Equality Act will be affected by transgender? No. It's one of those things that I'm like, well, it's your job to make sure that they don't affect anything they shouldn't affect. And do you think the operation of the communal accommodation exception in relation to gender? No, because I believe that trans women are women, so if they want to access those facilities, that's what they're there for. Do you think? It said that you wouldn't. Do you think that operation of the armed forces? No, because you said that they wouldn't change the Equality Act. So I'm just going to copy and paste that again in there. Do you think the operation of the marriage exception in relation to trans people will be affected by the Gender Recognition Act, authorised for according to the religious rights? No, because you said it wouldn't. I just read that really long religious one and I was like, I don't really understand what you're asking me. I hope you're not asking me if I think they'll infringe on the rights of religious people. That feels like a very complicated issue, but I'm going to say no, because it's still okay. Do you think the operation of the insurance exception? No, because you said it wouldn't, and also, so this is to do with the life insurance, accident insurance. Do you think that that will be affected? Again, I'm not an expert, but you just said that it wouldn't, and I think it's our place to still put the act forward and then sort those things out. Do you think the change in the generation that will imply more public services? Okay, so 19, do you think it would improve? Do you think that changes to the Gender Recognition Act will impact on areas of law and public services under the Equality Act? Yes. It will improve the public services, better, more accurate data, understanding of people's needs, and easier access to them. Next, you can tell I'm getting a bit like irate now, and I just feel like they're trying to catch you out. I can't help thinking that I thought, oh, it'll be complicated, but each question will be anyway. Do you think that question 20? We're almost there, guys. How many minutes in are we? I don't want to look. 50 minutes in. Keep rocking. Yes, we can do this. Relatable face. You've probably just been seeing my face go. That's good that wasn't the thumbnail because it'd be probably more accurate. I agree. The pool article is very useful. My housemate Rowan told me about it just before I live streamed. I was like, thank you, because the fuck. Now, question 20 is a kicker. It's not a kicker. It's very easy. Do you think that there need to be? Do you think that there need to be changes? Have they made an error in their actual own? Do you think that there need to be changes? Oh no, you are right. I'm just so tired. Sorry. gov.uk. I questioned your grammar. That was rude of me. Who do I think I am? Do you think that there needs to be changes to the Gender Recognition Act to accommodate individuals who identify as non-binary? Yes. Yes, I do. Can I put exclamation marks in something, although stop taking me so seriously? Yes, this is a human right and a sensible move. That's what I'm going to say. That's there we go. Okay, question 20. Skip. Question 21 is for intersex people only. That's amazing they have that question. I can skip it though. And then number 22. Oh my God, how many questions are there? Okay, 25. Any further comments? Oh my God, it's really long. Okay, I'm going to try and read this. Sorry, guys. You can read along with me if you're also on page 22. Actually, you know what? I do have further comments. Do you have any further comments? Yes, I do. I think it's really great that this Recognition Act reform is being includes discussion from the general. I'm still doing it. It's fucking 50 minutes in, Rowan. What's happening? Not about their life. Okay. I think it's pretty great. This Recognition Act reform includes discussions from the general public. However, I feel like trans answers in getting there. You're not going to sleep. You've got work in the morning. Of course you can. Sorry, this is bad time. Is it a bad time or is it a good time? Because what else are people doing at this time in the morning? Should be prioritised over cis submissions. So I've said, I think it's really great this Recognition Act reform includes discussion from the general public. However, I feel trans answers in the survey should be prioritised over cis submissions. Okay. Number 23, which I was told was only 22, but it's fine. We're here. It's so far. It's like you're already in the car and then your mum lies to you, you're on holiday and you're like, well, I guess we're in the car now. Can we publish your response? Yes, including my name. Just don't do my address. That would be great because Michael in the comments might come for me. There's so many people. Erin says, hi, Rowan. Hi. There's 2 more pages. Oh my God. Okay. May wish to contact you again in the future. Fucking drop me a line, mate, whenever you need. Although I don't know why you need my opinion on this anyway, but that's fine. Whatever. Almost done. Even they're excited that we're almost done. You asked me to respond by clicking. Yeah. It feels like a tax return, doesn't it? Well, I mean, it's the same website. It's like, are you sure that you haven't lied on your tax return? Oh my God, they're going to send me a PDF of my response. Oh, it's cooking. Oh my God, it's happening. My response has been submitted. Oh my God, the most silent celebration. Yes. Don't wake up, Greg. Shh, don't wake up, Greg. Not even for trans rights. Okay, we're finished. We're done. Look at all these people. Does anybody else do it? Or maybe I'm going to leave this up until it closes, so hopefully people will find it useful, and I'm going to post the links I was talking about in the comments. Oh no, Miss Curls 101 is only on question 7. Oh no, I'm pray for you. Pray for you. Send it up. Oh man, this is anyway. I do think they were trying to trick us though. There were a lot of questions that were like backwards and forwards. Anyway, okay. Well, Godspeed to you all. It is 5 to 1 in the morning. That was a good 10-minute job, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to put some X's in the chat
Oh.
for kisses. I don't know if you can complete if you're 16. I'm sure it will tell you on the form somewhere. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye from Rowan.
Bye from both of us.
Bye for life. End. Why is